Hello, my name is Doug Copp, Rescue Chief of the American Rescue Team International, the most experienced rescue team in the world. I've worked in more than 100 major disasters throughout the world since 1985. I've worked in earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, mudslides, landslides, explosions, toxic clouds, firestorms, and I also prevented an outbreak of the plague in India. After the earthquake in Gujarat, we had 100,000 corpses, and I was at a private meeting with 6 members of the Ministry of Health and the Deputy Minister of the government in charge. He asked them, he said, how many people are going to die? And they said minimum 250,000 to 500,000. And then he asked them what can be done about it. And they said nothing. So let me explain to you. This area had an outbreak of the bubonic plague 4 years before that killed 40,000 people. Now we're looking at 100,000 dead corpses being fed on by rats. So, after they finished talking, I said, look, I can tell you what to do. You won't like it. It'll be politically tough, but it'll work. So I gave him a list of 20 things that had to be done, and he implemented them, and we prevented the plague entirely. Now let me explain to you about this virus. This virus is probably thousands of years old. It was inside of a specific animal. And in China, it's part of their culture to have, they call wet butcher shops. In other words, live animals, and they kill them there for people so they'll know that the meat is fresh. It's the way, the custom in China. So obviously this man had an open wound, and the virus got inside his open wound, and then it transferred into humans. Once it got into humans, it starts multiplying inside of you, feeding inside of you, and it wants to spread. And it wants to go and get inside of other people. So it's transmitted by breathing. Now because of the difference in temperature, because you're very hot inside, your body temperature, normally hotter than the outside air. So when you breathe out moisture, little microscopic droplets of water. Virus attached to that, and they'll blow around in the wind, they'll lay on stainless steel, they'll stay alive for maybe 3 hours, on cardboard 24 hours. On the cruise ships, they found some that were alive up to 17 days. So, we can have this entire thing ended. We can have the virus gone and eliminated and into history, even without having a vaccine. And it's simple to do. All we need to do is have everybody wear a mask when they go in public. That way, the virus can't get, if you're infected, it can't get in the air to get inside of anyone else. And if you don't have it and you're wearing a mask, it can't get inside of you to infect you. In other words, what will happen is that you still need to wash your hands and everything, virus that might be laying around, and don't stick your hands in your face or anything like that. But if you wear a mask, every single person in public, like the mayor of Los Angeles has made it the law that nobody can go outside in public without a mask on. If Canada does the same thing and other countries do the same thing, then what will happen is that the only people that are going to be infected are the ones that are already infected, and they're in the ones that some will go to the hospital, some will recover on their own. And the ones that are in the hospital recovering, when they get better, or the other people who don't recover die, the virus will die with them, and it will simply be gone. Now, if we don't do this, and we open things up, what's going to happen is every time it's opened up, all these people walking around spreading the virus, they keep spreading it, spreading it, spreading it. Everybody walking around spreading it, What will happen is there'll be a second wave, a third wave, a fourth wave. In some countries like India, it'll never go away. So, yes, we need a vaccine. Yes, it's good to have a vaccine, but I don't want to wait a year and a half and be shut down and all of this. I'd rather the government just say, you go to public, wear a mask, period, or we'll give you a fine that'll stun you. Okay? I am so sick and tired of seeing people outside walking around spreading the virus simply because they're stupid. And the government doesn't, the health authorities in the government aren't smart enough to figure out to force everybody to wear a mask. Now, I have a problem with the Minister of Health of Canada. I don't like liars. She lied twice at the beginning of this. Once she said, we don't have to shut down the border with the United States because a virus doesn't respect a border. That's a lie. The virus is inside of somebody. If you keep people who are infected from coming in, it won't come in. Obviously, she didn't want to shut down traffic and tourism, and it was all about business and not about health. Number two, she said, oh, nobody needs to wear a mask because she wanted to keep the masks for healthcare workers. Hell, make your own mask. I can tell you right now, since 1985, at the disasters I've been at, everybody wears a bandana if they don't have a mask. And the reason why is because all the dead people at these major disasters, all the corpses, have bacteria on them, and people get sick from that. So the same deal with bacteria, the same with virus, okay? Everybody in public wears a mask. This thing will be done and over with in a month. Go ahead and do it.